Hey, my name's Claire, and I'm an engineer at VRBO, which is a part of Expedia Group, and specifically I work on one of our Android apps. And I'm gonna give you a quick office tour, home office tour, because most of us are work from home right now and can't go into the actual office. We thought we'd show you some of our home setups. So here's my desk right back here. It is a little bit messy, but I wanted to keep it real for y'all. So right here you can see I have my laptop, and then over here is a second monitor that I use. It just helps me with productivity to have two different displays. Like I can keep code on one of them, and then on the other one I can do things like respond to emails. And then down here I have my keyboard and my mouse. And then you can see that I have my laptop elevated on a stand, as well as a very makeshift stand for my monitor. And that just helps me keep my monitors at eye level, so I'm not like hunching over or craning my neck up to look at them. It's all about ergonomics and making sure your neck and your back don't hurt at the end of the day. Very important. I got my water bottle to stay hydrated, coffee cup, headphones. There's a plant that died a long time ago. And then I keep a bunch of cool art on the wall that I can look up at when I get bored. My diploma is hidden right back there. I went to UT, hook 'em. And this is actually a set list from one of my favorite bands that played at Austin City Limits last year. And what was cool about that was that VRBO was actually sponsoring a stage. And so as a VRBO employee, I got to go up on like the side stage area and watch the band perform from like on stage. And then afterwards, one of their crew members handed me a set list. So that's always fun to look up at and remember good times. So yeah, there's the desk area.
I'm Alexis. I do natural language processing for the data science team, and this is my home office. We got a laptop, a dinosaur, a lamp, a book with Lincoln creepily staring, a second monitor, some trash, some random stuff on my desk, and here you can see the rest of my house.
Hello, my name is Jason, and this is a tour of my home office. I'm an engineer that works at VRBO. I work on one of their mobile apps for the Android platform. And yeah, so since we've been quarantined for the past couple of months due to COVID, we've been forced to work at home, or have been lucky to work from home. And this is sort of an overview of my office space. So there's Kevin. He's kind of scared of the camera, so there's my cat Peter. He likes to sleep on the desk most days, especially in the mornings. Got some hard drives and stuff, a little charging station. I have a lot of photos and pictures over the years. Here I have my work computer on the right and my personal monitor on the left, and that allows me to kind of multitask, and I also like to game on my monitor. Got my PlayStation down there. So yeah, pretty cool. Up here we've got a picture of Peter. I don't know why, it's kind of redundant. And then I've got a little incense holder on there on the left, and then a little record label sticker right there in the middle. As far as my setup goes, I also have this pretty nifty keyboard. If I can not be interrupted here. Changes colors, which I think is pretty cool. I usually just leave it on one setting, but you know, you can wow your peers with all the cool colors. I also have this cool wristband or wrist rest that keeps my hands happy as I'm coding all day. And then, you know, gotta get the coffee in the morning, super important, black, because that's how adults do it. And then water, of course. My manager ends every meeting with the phrase "stay hydrated," so I never forget. And then over here I've got just some art, some photos. On the left and the right, those are pictures that I took in Canada at Lake Louise, which is in Banff National Park. And in the middle there is a poster I got for Christmas one year from my sister-in-law. Pretty cool. And then I've got a little bit more kind of art. It's a little thin popsicle art, a dying plant. Gotta have one of those. A plant that's dying less so here, so not doing too bad. But yeah, this is my desk. Hope you guys found this informative, entertaining. Say bye, Kevin. Stay safe.
Ooh. Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany. I am a software engineer at VRBO, part of Expedia Group, and I'm here to give you a home office tour today. So, this is my coworker. He joins me for almost every meeting I have. This is my setup. I'm fortunate enough that my parents live close by and they asked me to come home during all this craziness. So I lugged my whole setup home. This is a fold-out Costco table. My very heavy chair, took a lot of effort to drag home. My work laptop, right here. My mechanical keyboard, makes clacky sounds. My monitor with a million tabs open. I think that's how you know I'm a software engineer. I have a million tabs open all the time. My various cups. In reality, I definitely have a lot more cups and bowls out. I'm a huge snacker at work, but this is my coffee cup, my tea cup, and that's my home office.
Hey everybody, I'm Graham Mitchell. I'm a software engineer for Expedia Group. I was hired by VRBO, one of our sub companies, about 3 years ago, and this is my workspace. Okay, so we'll start with overall view. So this is my main sort of work area where I get all my stuff done, got my keyboard and my mouse, my little desk. When I was in the office, they used to give us free drinks, but I don't get that anymore, so I have my little fridge there so I can get drinks. Got my webcam there for video conferencing, which we do occasionally. What I like about the room is that we've got some nice windows in here so I can see outside really well. And then the rest of the room is kind of my man cave where I have like music, gear, books, stuff like that, which is pretty nice. And then one of my favorite things about it, let me show you, is I have a motorized sit-stand desk, because sitting down for 10 hours a day is not that good for you. So it's nice to be able to stand up and it remembers your position and then brings itself back down. So got plenty of monitor space for all the code that I have to do and tickets and notes and chat client with everybody, and that's it. So I hope you liked it.
Hi everyone, my name's Emma and I work at VRBO in the accounting department, and I'm going to give you a tour of my home office setup. So here behind me, you can see that I have 3 monitors. One's my laptop and then 2 additional monitors. Generally, I'm working on just 3 or 4 or 5 Excel spreadsheets at a time. I also like to keep my email up at the same time and sometimes have the internet up for our different applications. And so I can do that really easily with multiple screens. Previously, I was working just on my laptop in the kitchen or on the couch, and that setup just really was not sustainable to get all the stuff done that needed to get done while we were at home. So I invested in a desk and a couple monitors to help be more productive. You can see here that I also keep a glass of water by me at all times because I try to remember and be good about staying hydrated during the day. It's so important. And I also keep some hand lotion on the other side. Washing our hands so often and being really careful with COVID leaves your hands really dry and chapped. So having some hand lotion I found has been super handy. You can see just on the other side here, I have a coworker in our office space. My husband is also working from home. He also has multiple screens and a nice comfy computer chair, which helps him stay comfortable during the workday. We're in really close quarters, so we try to be respectful when we're on conference calls, which is sometimes easier said than done. Also, as decor in our work from home space, we have our diplomas here, my diploma here, and his diploma as well on display. We also have some pictures of family and of great memories to help keep us positive during the day, as well as some candles to keep our room smelling good and keeping us relaxed. Well, I hope you enjoyed my home office tour, and have a good one.
So ever since COVID happened, I wasn't really prepared to work from home for a long time, just because I didn't have an office in my house and I had to work from the couch in the beginning. So that got uncomfortable pretty quick. So I decided to turn my guest room into an office, and now it's the environment is pretty comfortable now. And then I can just come out of my office and separate my work life from my personal life. So other than that, I feel like it's been good. I actually like working from home. I like the flexibility that we have, and I feel like my dynamic with my teammates hasn't really changed because before COVID, we also worked remotely sometimes. So I feel like we got used to it, and we can use Zoom, we can use Blue Jeans, or we can use other communication tools like Slack to message each other whenever we need assistance. So I feel like as engineers, especially computer engineers and or programmers, it's very it's very flexible for us. Like we can do the job from home if you wanted to. So my hope is that we get the chance to work from home or go into the office whenever we want.
So COVID-19 didn't really impact my role very much. I'm still a mobile engineer at VRBO, which I'm very happy about, very thankful for. I think the work environment has shifted because now instead of being a work environment at an office, your work environment is at home, a couple feet away from where you sleep and eat and stuff potentially. So it's been more of a lifestyle transition versus like a work or role transition, in my opinion. I think as long as you're still putting your work-life balance at like the forefront and making sure to be disciplined enough to not say work 12 hours a day or in the middle of the night or on the weekends or something, then you're less prone to kind of burn out and feel some type of resentment to this working from home situation. But me personally, I feel like I've adjusted well. My role hasn't shifted that much. I actually think I'm more productive not being in the office. Although I do miss grabbing coffee with friends, that is no longer an option. I'm sort of just forced to work or do little virtual chats with friends to catch up, which is a lot more efficient than what we were doing prior. So yeah, I would say it's definitely been a change, but it's not all bad, and I think it's something that might have a lasting effect on the way we do business and work in this industry and field. So excited to see what that turns into.
COVID hasn't affected my role necessarily, but our team has had to pivot rather quickly to address the rapidly changing global situation. We've been primarily focused right now on making it easier for partners to cancel or postpone traveler bookings in a way where the traveler is fully reimbursed and the partner's ranking metrics are unaffected.
COVID-19 hasn't affected my role and work environment very much. The big plus is that I don't have to commute, so that's great. Most of my job, all of my job, is able to be done remote as it is. There were some hiccups at the beginning with getting everyone access to the right resources from home, but working at a tech company has its perks, and one is that people understand how to do that. The bigger effect is just because we work in the travel industry, we've been really hard hit, and so a lot of our priorities changed. And while people were interested in general data science back in January, by February, they were only interested in one thing. Let's find out what's going on with travel and coronavirus and COVID and people shutting down. When is everything going to come back up? How do we mitigate this in some way? And so our priorities shifted a lot. But other than that, people are still pretty interested in having data science, especially because there's so much data out there that, new data about this thing that didn't exist 9 months ago. So they need people to be able to take that and analyze it and do something with it.